it's not totally ready on my side, but I'd like to make a quick speech, maybe like 4 to 5 minutes. I don't know if we can have a last minute evaluator.
I'm
That
signed
would
up
be
to be
great.
evaluator.
We have one evaluator.
I
Come
can
on.
evaluate also. You want to do a speech, David?
Like a quick one. Yeah,
All
might
right.
Okay.
be helpful
Yeah.
for
Good
me to
job.
take.
You say 4 to 5?
Yes.
Who's
Alita, did I hear you're
Yeah.
doing a speech as well?
Yes.
Okay.
And I never even timed it. I'm not sure, but I would say that it probably is 5 to 7.
Five
I'm
to
just
seven.
gonna, I just want to share this right now, real
do we have a
quick.
timer? Do we have a timer?
Well, George signed up to be timer,
Okay.
so I don't know if y'all
Very
can.
cute. Very cute. Randolph, as secretary, I need time in the beginning of the meeting after all the, introductions and all this sort of stuff to do a little business about the elections.
Yes. I think we had that on the program, or oh no, it was in the notes that we're going to do a short business meeting, a quick
Yeah.
business meeting. Okay. Yep.
Okay. So
And you have me for table topics? Gail Way?
Yes.
Okay.
Well done.
Oh, all of a sudden my screen is frozen. I can't mute or anything.
oops. Okay.
Well, you're
Oh.
moving for us. We can hear you.
I can mute you if you need me to.
I know, but
Mm.
my cursor isn't moving on the screen and I don't see along the bottom. Everything is frozen here.
Oh, goodness.
Well, I'll just be very quiet.
Sometimes if you log in and out again, Gail,
Uh,
things correct itself. And it's a very high-tech thing. You log in or off and on.
Hey, my husband worked for many years telling people, have you turned it on and off? Have you unplugged it or not? He made a good living. It's a skill.
A lot of things besides computers that are like that. Restart.
I
If you
can't
have a
even log in.
if you have a cordless mouse, it could be your batteries on the
No,
cordless mouse.
it's plugged in and I can't even have a place to log out. So all the bottom panel is not showing. Anyway, I'll try to be very quiet.
Oh, look, we have a kitty. Hi, Kim.
Hey. All right.
Oh,
Oh.
so sweet.
Great. Good morning, early birds. It's 7 o'clock. Let's get this show on the road. I'm your sergeant at arms. The mission of a Toastmasters club is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every member has the opportunity to develop communication and leadership skills. These skills foster self-confidence and personal growth. These meetings are recorded for our members. Early bird Toastmasters may also use these recordings for club promotions. It's important for everyone to practice good meeting etiquette. Please keep your microphone muted unless you're actively involved in the conversation, and remember to unmute yourself to speak. We want to see you. Keep your camera turned on during the meeting unless you do not wish to participate. Be aware that the camera sees everything. Use the chat. You can chat privately or with everyone. Now, help me welcome our presiding officer, Toastmaster Randolph Basti.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to our peak of the week, our official new Friday to start us off to go into the rest of our week. And yes, I am Randolph Bastine here in Fort Lauderdale, and we're going to start off with an invocation. And today our invocation will be by Toastmaster Alita Richmond.
Okay. Yes, this is a poem. I think I have shared it in the past, but I love this. It's titled Time Goes by Crystal Lewis. Time goes by and slips away, just as the skies turn from blue to gray. We are here, but only for a short stay. Don't let life pass without words you never say. Don't live in anger with fear and regrets. Seek forgiveness and lay your pain to rest. Don't judge too quickly, as you may be wrong. Instead, choose to live life as an uplifting song. When tears fall, wipe them away, as they will only last but for a day. Sometimes we hurt because we care. Sometimes life seems unfair. We make mistakes we wish we could change and wonder how our life could be rearranged. Second chances last only for so long. Reach out to others, as we are all sisters and brothers. There are angels in heaven that watch us every day. They look over us as we laugh and play. Live with joy, and when you lie down at night, thank the Lord and release any strife. Please join with me in the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States. I forget it. I
Of
pledge
America.
For
allegiance.
which it stands,
Oh,
one
I
nation
pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States
of
of
the United
America
States of America
and to the
and to the
republic
republic for which
for
it
which it
stands,
stands,
one
one
nation
nation
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with
with
liberty and
liberty and
justice
justice
for
for all.
all. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, we all have those moments, and and you continue to go on. That's what this platform is for. Thank you. Thank you. And guess what? We have a joke, and that joke is going to be by yours truly, Toastmaster Alita Richmond.
Yay. I loved Gail's speech so much last week, and I taught it to my sister who is struggling with her memory issues. I worked with her all day on Thursday afternoon. 12 times we went over that. And then I finally wrote out prompts for the story about it was the last day of kindergarten. And she presented it at her adult daycare the next day. And she told me that everybody laughed. So I thought, I am going to find little one-liners for my sister to help her build back her memory ability. Anyway, the first, I'm just going to give you one. Why did the raisin go out with the prune? Because he couldn't find a date. Back to you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you. That was excellent. And a beautiful prequel to that you're helping your sister and to reach to bring back the memory, and they're finding out a lot of science about that, far as neuroplasticity and our being able to bring neurons back and reconnections and things of that nature. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you. So now we're going to go into self-introductions. However, before we get into our self-introductions, we have a grammarian that will give us the word of the day, and we're welcome to use that word of the day in our self-introductions. And our grammarian is Toastmaster Marie Rock.
Fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests, my name is Marie Rock. The word of the day is steadfast. It's an adjective, firm in allegiance to a person, belief, or cause. Loyal, unswerving. And these are some of the examples Webster uses. A steadfast commitment to the rights and freedom of all. Firmly crossed arms pointing outward, signaling a steadfast refusal to take personal responsibility. The word of the day is steadfast. Mr. President.
Thank you. Yes, and let's try to use the word of the day in our self-introductions. And we are going to start off with Toastmaster Alita Richmond.
Oh, well, good. I'm still unmuted. Yes, Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. I'm Alita Richmond, coming to you from Newton, North Carolina, where it's hot and muggy if it's not raining. And beside that, I am working in dynamic leadership, the whole level 5 thing, so much stuff to do in there. And I will be working on that. But I have always had a steadfast belief that activity is so important, physical activity, mental activity. And I'm always on the go. I think it was Marie Rock who said Saturday, Alita's always doing something and rushing around. And it is so true. It is so true. But I think physical activity keeps you strong and limber and healthy. But it's the mental stuff that's becoming an issue, because we all forget things, and I think that's a normal process that we go through. But we have to. Toastmasters is perfect for anybody of any age, because even as we get older, and Anna pointed this out all the time, it keeps me. I keep learning new things every day, and so I'm just keep active, folks. Back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Thank you for that great advice. Toastmaster George Alvarado. All right. I see his camera's off. Oh, there he is.
Yes, sorry about that. Thank you. As your timer today, I will keep time for evaluations. I have my cards, and for the evaluations, I'll raise the green at the 2, the yellow at the 2.5, the 3 at the yellow. Red at the green, red at the 3. Table topics, 1 at the green for the green, 1.5 for the yellow, 2 for the red. And for the speech, I'm not sure what's the speech today.
I'll give you all the speeches. However, this was a practice round, because we're gonna need you to repeat those right before the table topics speeches.
Okay.
And so yeah, and I'll get you those timing for both of them.
Sounds good.
All righty, thank you. And next up, we're going to have Toastmaster Gail West.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. I'm Gail West in Orlando, Florida, and appreciate all of you who have become steadfast friends, even though I've not met many of you in face-to-face. Back to you, presiding officer.
Thank you. Next up, we're going to have Toastmaster Jose Ferrer.
Good morning, my fellow Toastmasters. My name is Jose Ferrer. I'm coming to you back from Javia, Spain, where I got here after 24 hours of travel on Tuesday evening. So I have a steadfast commitment to this club and to trying to stay awake throughout, even though it's 1:30 in the afternoon here. Back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Yes, and thank you for your commitment to the club. We really appreciate you. Next up, we're going to have Toastmaster David Ralesh.
Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters, good morning. My name is David Ralesh. I'm coming from today Miami Gardens from the office. It's easier for me to have that call in the office rather than home, because I have to race to the office right after the call usually, so I try to change. Steadfast, such an amazing word. Steadfast commitment, steadfast ideas. And myself, I have a lot of steadfast beliefs, and how to convince people to change their ways is this week main question for me. Should I change people's ways, or should I change my ways? Back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. And yes, that is an interesting question. That sounds like a speech to once you come up with that answer. All right. Next up, we're going to have Toastmaster Christina Kurth.
Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Christina Kurth. I'm coming to you from Plantation, Florida. And the word steadfast brings two things to mind. One, everybody's steadfast determination and love for this weekend to get to Anna's funeral. Alita, you're driving through the rain. It sounded like a steadfast description. And then personally, steadfast belief that we're going to sell our house. So there's been a lot of showings lately, and just one of them will be the right one. So I have steadfast faith in that too. Back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Yes, that is exciting news. You'll be able to sell your house and move on to the next. Good job. Next up, we're going to have Toastmaster Pam Scrimshire.
Good morning, my fellow Toastmasters and the welcome guests that are lurking. I know they are there. I'm Pam Scrimshire. I'm coming to you from Windermere, Florida. I am working on presentation mastery and persuasive influence. Steadfast. Well, I am steadfast in my belief that I will win. Now, who am I competing against? The bunnies. I have sweet potatoes. Last year, the bunnies were very good because I have a little bunny fence and they ate everything outside the fence and everything inside the fence. This year, there's a bunny that's been hopping inside the fence. I see him on my trail cam, her on the trail cam. I don't know. Anyway, I'm on to plan C of fencing my sweet potatoes. I think I've won, hadn't been in for a couple of days. Ooh. Well, if we have sweet potatoes this fall, you'll know I won. If not, the money did. Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you. Yes. The race against the bunny. All right, you're gonna win. And next up, we have Toastmaster Marie Rock.
Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters, just waking up Toastmasters. My name is Marie Rock, coming to you from Wilton Manors, Florida. I am working on, what am I working on? I need to get back to the pathways, what the situation is. But I have this cat, Rocky Rock, who is steadfast in his commitment to steal my eggs every morning. He does that thing, where cats will walk across the room. They think they're like tigers, they that slow walk and they stare right in your eyes. And he's trying to distract me. So he has me trained to leave some of my eggs for him every morning. Mr. President.
Yes, thank you. Next up is going to be Toastmaster Becky Jo Bean.
Boy, what is the word of the day?
Steadfast.
Steadfast. Mr. Toastmaster, I am Becky Jo Bean, and apparently somebody wants me to share my phone number so you can all text me before the meeting. Yes, I didn't get my wake up text this morning. And I am steadfast. Steadfast. I'm a steadfast friend. I am. Sometimes I'm funky. I'm a funky steadfast friend, but I am a steadfast friend. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, that's the best kind of friend. Steadfast with a little funk on it. That is the best. Thank you. Next up, we'll have our guest and soon to be club member, Toastmaster Kim D'Ambrosio.
Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters, well, almost, and guests, I am Kim D'Ambrosio calling in the Zoom from Panama City, Florida. Happy to be here and condolences on your recent loss. My heart was with you. I lit candles and said prayers for everyone, and that she flies high and watches over us and continues on her path steadfastly to the heavens. I'm happy to be here, Mr. President.
Thank you. And yes, we are happy to have you. And as I said before, I am Randolph Bastine, Toastmaster here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And the word steadfast, I tell you what, as I get older, I learn how we were talking about earlier, that neuroplasticity and things of that nature. I'm careful to what I'm steadfast in. There's a few things and I want to share. There's a few things that I'm steadfast in. It is my responsibilities to my family and and one other thing, which is actually first, is my faith, my belief in Jesus. It's like, I don't know if you all ever saw the movie Inception, before, it's a movie based on people going into your dreams, and you have to have this token to bring you back to your solid reality. So, I don't mind going off and, learning about the different nuances and complexities of life. I actually enjoy that. However, what always keep me grounded in my foundation is my faith, and I believe that, my faith, I believe in a big God. So it can umbrella a whole lot of things. My God can umbrella. So there's room for everybody else and my family. It's my responsibility to, I believe in being, responsible for what I'm responsible for. So yes, I love that word, but however, like I say, I'm careful to what I'm firm on. Yes, and with that being said, we're going to start our meeting off a little different. We're going to start it off with a business meeting, and leading that business meeting is going to be Toastmaster Pam Scrimcher.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. At a previous meeting, we voted as a club that we would give our 2 votes at the annual business of Toastmasters International at their business meeting. We would give our 2 votes as proxy to our district director, Susan Vinetta, which I have done. I went to the website and she hasn't accepted it yet. That's part of the process. I assume she will. I had a little text back and forth. She's actually getting to go to the business meeting, so she will be voting our votes. However, we need to tell her how we want that done. So let me see if I can share my screen and share what I want to share, and that which is always you might be seeing my bunnies. We'll see. Let's see. With any luck, you see my webpage that says Toastmasters International officers to expand, submit voting instructions. Do you see things like that, I hope? Yes? Okay. Let me see if I can move it over so I can see where I need to be. So we don't, as I said in my email, we don't have any international directors to vote for because they're not running. We're in District 47 and Region 7, and so we have things in odd years. This year's only even years. But we do have international officers. And so there's the international president-elect, there's the first vice president, and then there's the second vice president. If you'll notice in the first one, the person that's running for president or president-elect, there's nobody else. There's only one candidate. From the first vice president, there's 2 candidates, and the same way for the second vice president. So we have 2 choices. One is we don't have to do anything, and we can let Ms. Vinetta vote her conscience. She might know more than we do, or maybe she doesn't. The other thing we could do is actually decide that we want to give her instructions. And if we did, here would be our choices. I'm just going to show, hopefully I have the president's easiest, because we can give the president, there's only one candidate, one of our votes, 2 of our votes, or we can say to our proxy, abstain this time. First vice president, we can share between the 2, give them all to one, or our favorite, abstain. And that's the same way for the second vice president. I sent you the links to the information about these people. They're all wonderful people. They're all very enthusiastic people. But frankly, this is just my opinion. I have no idea who would do a better job. So I'm going to recommend that we not give our proxy instruction and rely on her good judgment.
I like to second that, and I would say only in reference to she being our divisional, she's probably more informed about the candidates versus I know myself. So I would like to second.
Well, I read all of their bios and I listened to them speak, and they're all fabulous and they're all enthusiastic and they have a lot of energy and all those things that we want in our president-elect our second vice president, and our first vice president. So to that end, as I would move that we would give our proxy permission to vote as she feels best, and we would not give specific instructions in any of the different races.
I'm okay with that.
So I'm going to say David did a second.
Yeah.
How do I get back up to you all? Okay. So Randolph, you're the presiding officer. You have to say any more discussion, and if there is, fine. And if not, you have to make us vote.
So my apologies. Yes.
Okay.
Do we have any more discussion?
No.
If not, let's do a vote. If we agree with Pam, let's say I can't see all of the screens. So do we have David one? We have
Pam,
George.
can you stop sharing screen?
Yes, I'm sorry. Let's see. This oh, here it is. Sorry. There you go. Now,
right, so I saw David one, Toastmaster Becky Jo, Marie, Jose. Looks like we have a pretty much a full house. Yes, and myself as well. Yes, let's go with allowing the proxy to use their best judgment.
Okay, so after the meeting, I will go on the Toastmasters website and put that in. Okay, thank you.
All righty, thank you. Thank you for that, and thank you for handling that for the club. We really appreciate it. And now we'll go into our regular Toastmasters meeting. And our Toastmaster of today, if you all will help me welcome, is Toastmaster David Ralesh.
Mr. President, fellow Toastmaster, thank you. So today I will be your Toastmaster. For this meeting to take place, we need different roles, and that will be the accounter, the grammarian, the timer, and the topic master. So I will introduce the accounter, who is, not sure, who is the accounter today?
Toastmaster Becky.
Oh,
Becky
I'm
Jo?
the yacht counter. I'm the yacht counter. That would be me. I will be counting your ahs, ers, ums, your double clutches, and just for fun, your gunnas. I will count them. I will be merciless, and I will let you know what they are at the end of the meeting. The prize for the most ahs, ers, ums, and gunnas is going to be this penny, this rare and valued penny. You know they are a dying breed. So be careful or you might get stuck with one of these.
Thank you, Madame the grammarian. Today we the accounter. So we need the grammarian, and the grammarian is Mary Rock. Mary Rock, will you please explain what is your role today?
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and soon to be Toastmaster. As the grammarian, I showed up with the word of the day, steadfast. Steadfast in our commitment to be here with and for each other and to enjoy this learning lab. I will note the use of good language, naming the member and the example. Incorrect grammar will be corrected without reference to the member. And the best grammar trophy, which is this neck massager, in case you have a pain in the neck, will be given to the person who uses lively language during any part of the meeting. I do not rewrite speeches nor enter into crutch words. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Mary Rock, our grammarian today. And for this meeting to help us to perfect our performance, we need a timer. The timer today is George. Please, George, explain to us what is your role.
Yes, thank you. Earlier, I gave my timing reports, so I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
All right. So now the fun part, one of the fun part of this meeting is the topic table. So I will introduce you to the topic table person, who is
Gail West.
Gail West. Okay, Gail West is on the list. Gail West,
Okay.
please, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster and fellow Toastmasters. This part of our meeting is called Table Topics, which gives the people who are supposedly not scheduled to speak an opportunity to talk and do it as an impromptu talk. Now, Mr. Timer, would you remind us of what the timing is just for the table topics?
Absolutely. Table topics, green at the 1 minute mark, I'll raise the green. At the 1 at 30, it'll be yellow. At 2, it'll be red with 30-second deviation. In addition to that, I'll mention the speeches for David.
No, not yet. Just for the table topics.
Back to
Thank you, Mr. Timer. This morning, I'm going to ask us to do a little traveling. And what I'm going to do is to give the person I call on a country to talk about. Now, I'm going to try to make it easy from my knowledge of what I know some people have traveled or lived in. And therefore, even though you might be speaking, you might have an opportunity to inform us more about the country. So, Becky Jo Bean, would you tell us, please, what you know about Germany?
Ja, das ist sehr gut, Germany. Oh, let me tell you, Germany is, I was just back there recently. I lived there for a little bit, right when in between high school and my second college. I fell in love and I lived there and it was fabulous. And then I fell out of love and I came back to Florida. And the thing I loved most about Germany was there's a bakery everywhere you go. And not only is there a bakery everywhere you go, but there's a good bakery everywhere you go. I mean, they get fresh bread, walk into the bakery, the whole street. You know how in Florida we have gas stations and mattress firms on every corner? In Germany, they have bakeries. It's just wonderful. And most recently, I was in the Black Forest for a wedding, which was just fabulous. And they had a bakery that doubled and worked with a florist. So the florist had all of these intricate designs, some live and some not silk, but more paper, which you couldn't keep in Florida because the bugs would eat them. So, but the whole place was filled with it. And as I sat out drinking my coffee, I overlooked the beautiful mountain area and everything was so green. The only thing that was missing was nobody was wearing lederhosen. Madam Topic Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Becky Jo. I'm wanting some of those baked goods right now, some kuchen. Anyway, I would be remiss not to say, David Ralesh, tell us about France.
Madam Table Topic Master, fellow Toastmaster, thank you for the question. France, as my dad said, it's the best country in the world. We have good friends, good food, and more especially like he said, we have a way of living which is exceptional. I don't know what he meant by that, but he's very proud. So I was born in France. I recommend all of you to at least one day go and visit the most touristic place. It's important. But this is only one side of France. It's like any countries, I guess. But there's the other side. There are the people. And obviously there's the food, but France is a different region. And I want you to, I think you're aware, there is Paris, there is the south, but it's not only. We have Brittany, we have the east side of France, close to Germany. We have our German dispute areas. We have the mountains. We have Bordeaux on the coast, wine. We have also the south, the Pyrenees next to Spain, the Basque people. It's such a diversity. It's unbelievable. And I'm not even talking about France is one of the largest countries in Europe. Why? Because of historically, France expanded throughout the world, but France has kept a lot of those territories, and it makes France bigger than what we think it is, and it makes Europe bigger than what we think. So, meaning 2 hours from United States or even less, you can use euros, the European currency, and purchase in some islands or even in South of America. France is also based in Guyana. It's a huge country. It's probably 1 or 2/3 of the France area. So France is big. Back to you, Mr. Table Topic Master.
Thank you,
Madam.
Toastmaster David Verlesh. While we're still in Europe, would be remiss not to ask information from Jose Ferrer about España, Spain.
Madam Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters, Spain, just like France and David was mentioning, is a very diverse country. You know, it all fits in the size of Texas, all of Spain. We have 50 million people. Most people don't realize that. We decided during the transition from the previous political regime to our current, which is a constitutional monarchy with a president-elect and four-year elections and so on. We went through a very smooth transition for what it could have been. A lot of people thought we would have another civil war, but it was managed in an incredible way, and it's studied today in many universities as a perfect transition. When that happened, Spain decided it was going to separate into 17 autonomous regions. And so imagine a country where each region is now in charge. You know, politicians, in order to gain votes, have been given away many of the federal things that would make a country have, for example, education. And so now there's 17 different types of education in Spain, which makes it very difficult. Tax collection is federal, but the distribution goes back out to the regions, and each region can then spend the money as they see fit. So in a country that small, you can travel from area to area and not only find different cuisine and different cultures and different people, but you actually get to listen and see and experience different languages that have nothing in common with Castilian. We all think Spain, everybody speaks Castilian, but there are areas here where Basque is only spoken. And so in some places we need to talk in English or in German in order to communicate. Many of them, because of political reasons, decide not to speak in Castilian, even though they know it. So it's a bit of a mess. Spain's an interesting country in development. Back to you, Madam Topic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ferrer. Now, Kim, I can't see your last name because again, I'm a screw up on my screens, but Kim, since we're still on that side of the world and that side of the ocean, tell us something about England.
Madam Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters. Am I on? I think
Yes.
I'm on. England, yes. Harrods, great shopping in Harrods. There are lots of pubs. I was a flight attendant for Eastern Airlines for several years, and they acquired Braniffs, if you remember Braniff routes. And so we got to travel to Europe and South America, and we had a 36-hour layover in England, London. And I walked through Hyde Park. One of the most beautiful things there is the weeping willows. Those trees over the water, just outstanding. Yes, I'm trying to. Oh, also walked by where the punk rockers are, and their hair was all crazy. And this was back in, gosh, it had to be the 90s. So it was a good time and plenty of time for pints. And I don't know if you know this, I don't drink anymore, but at the time I did. Their glasses do not have bottoms, so you can't set it down. It's like a horn. So you're stuck with your pint the whole time you're there. Madam Topic Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kim, and welcome back. For our final trip, let's come across the oceans. And let's see, Christina, tell us something about Mexico.
Thank you, Madam Topic Master. So I actually have been to Mexico once, and it was supposed to be a last minute trip with another couple, and it would be a week off from work, and just time to enjoy a new place. And we went to a very populous area, very touristy, with friends that we had just met and probably wouldn't go on vacation with again. But I've seen other parts of Mexico that look a little bit more adventurous and unique and true to Mexico, like the Tulum type places. We went to a like very touristy spot. So not my favorite trip to Mexico, but the people were nice, the beaches were nice, and I do have friends who live there, and they've invited me back to experience it again. I'm going to pivot though to talk about Canada, because that is another place I know well. And just wanted to say, similar to David, that of course it's the best country in the world too. I like the way that your dad said that, David. It is such an awesome country that's only really, I feel like, been populated and explored by the American border for whatever reason. And sometimes in each province, you just go north, and the mysteries and the wonders that you find are incredible. And they're so different just because of the width of the country. My girlfriend just turned 40 yesterday. She lives in Halifax on the East Coast, and seeing her pictures of the ocean and the beach and the cliffs with the red soil and the cliffs going down to the ocean was just amazing. It kind of made me a little homesick to go back and visit. And then as you go west to the prairies and the mountains in Banff, my colleague is going to see Lake Louise, actually also for her birthday. And that's by the Banff Springs Hotel in Alberta. And it's the bluest water you'll ever see if you have been there. It's gorgeous. Takes a look at some pictures. But yeah, Mexico and Canada, I guess the sandwich of America. Back to you, Madam Topic Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Christina. Well, we've had our magic carpet ride this morning to Europe and back to our border countries. Mr. Timer, please tell us how our table topic speakers did.
Wow. Becky Jo Bean on bakeries 148, David Relesh educating us on France, Jose Ferrer, Spain, Kim, England, Christina, Mexico, and Canada. Oh, I didn't get my timing, so what I'm saying. Becky Jo Bean 148, David 210, Jose 212, Kim 124, Christina 204.
Thank you, Mr. Timer. They all qualified. So we have a poll, please, now, so we could vote for what you think was the best table topic this morning.
So, Madam Table Topic Master, I am signed into my work Zoom, and we were having a great conversation before we started. So I did not ask everybody to log off again. I don't know what the hiccup is, but if you guys could please message me who you think should win, I think that would be a great alternative. So please message me with your vote.
Thank you. While we take a few seconds to do that, I'll turn the meeting back over to our Toastmaster of the morning, David Relesh.
All right. Thank you very much, Madam Table Topic Master. So it's a time for the break and the recess right now. So we will need the timer to set a 3 minutes break. And that's next. So Mr. Timer, please start the time and we will rejoin in 3 minutes. Am I forgetting something, Gail? Or
Christine, I'm going to log off and log back in to see if I can get my controls back. So let me in if I do. Thank you.
Sounds good.
Oh, I can't even do that. Well,
You want me to see if I can?
no, it's my computer. It's something going on with my computer.
I can remove you. That sounds mean, but I
Well,
can.
then I may not be able to get back in. I'll just hang in there and be very quiet if I can.
Time's up.
thank you, Mr. Timer. Let's give it a few seconds. We are going to start with the section of speech. 2 speeches today, one with Aleta and one with me. So we are going to start with Aleta. So Aleta today, VPE, Aleta Richmond will present a brief educational reminder of the importance of timing. Aleta Richmond.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I found an article from 1949, Toastmaster magazine, and it's about the importance of timing. In any meeting, and I'll be reading from this in the beginning here. In any meeting, adherence to the previously arranged schedule is important. while circumstances may make it necessary to take some liberties with this schedule. No serious deviation in timing should be permitted except by action of the members to extend the time. This rule is of especial importance in a Toastmasters Club meeting where all parts of the program are timed and should be carried through faithfully. That this matter needs attention in many clubs is indicated by the article here. From time to time, almost everyone complains to the effect that some of our meetings are far too long, and the chairman usually is held to blame. While the president has a certain amount of control in keeping things moving on schedule, other participants can help to keep out the sags. It's interesting. We are a mature club, but we are still handling some of the mechanics of a meeting as if we were new at it. The educational committee should take on one more duty. They should instruct each person when they serve as Toastmaster for the first time as to just what his duties are and what simple mechanics are involved. I suggest the following way of operation to prevent lulls in the meeting while out of time arrangements are being made. So manage your speaking time. Sticking to the time limits is a signal of discipline and respect. Why do we have time limits? Toastmasters International emphasizes strict time limits for good reasons. It's not just about following rules. It's about respect. Respect for the audience's time. It's about respect for fellow speakers and respect for meeting agendas. Managing time will ensure meetings run efficiently and help speakers to practice delivering concise, impactful messages. I'm going to limit my focus today on one of the things that people love the most about our Toastmasters meetings, and that is table topics. Because I have noticed that we have had many meetings where almost every person in attendance is called on for table topics. But we have to remember our timing situation. Table topics, which is only a 1 to 2 minute experience for a lot, we typically have limited that to people who are not already involved in a speaking role, or even a main role like Toastmaster, General Evaluator. But today's a good example, though. I don't know that Gail knew that David Rilesh had volunteered to be a speaker today, but she carefully picked people who were not in major roles. And she called on our guest, soon to be member. So the evaluations are 2 to 3 minutes, and most of our speeches are 5 to 7, but the table topics 1 to 2. The topic master should determine how much time in the meeting you will have for table topics. That will enable you to figure out how many people you can call on. 3, 4, 5 is the ideal number. And in your mind, allow 3 minutes per person, because you have the 2 minutes, 30 seconds max, but you also have the time between speakers. So call up members first before calling on any guests, because this gives the guest an opportunity to see how it's done before you call them up. It's a scary thing to be called up on the spot, even for those of us who are longtime Toastmasters, because we get questions that we weren't prepared to, and it's coming quickly to bring something important to you. call up the table topics participant first and then state the topic. That to allow the person to randomly pick the topic. Then the topic master can read the topic out loud. A lot of clubs do that. I know my club in Pennsylvania up here, they do that. They ask for volunteers and then they ask them to pick a topic of a selected few. That's silly, but whatever. Call upon guests without encouraging them to decline. Don't say, you know, we'd like you to do this, but you don't have to. No, don't even give them that opportunity. Just say, hey, we'd like you to participate if you're comfortable. And if the guest has a public speaking phobia, do not call on him or her to do table topics. Call on another guest. They'll let you know. When you call on a guest, say, our club likes to give our guests a chance to participate and grow. So let's welcome to the lectern our guest, boo, and then be sure and give them a good applause. So give guests very easy topics also, because you don't want to scare them off right away. The topics should not require a lot of thought for any of us. When guests can handle table topics, they leave with a sense of satisfaction and say to themselves, that wasn't so bad, I can handle that. So there are many, many ways that we can watch our timing in our table topics. With table topics is one where we have a lot of control. The speakers have control when they prepare their speakers. So let us all remember that everybody's time is valuable, and we have a certain amount of time that we allot. We get up early on Thursday mornings and we come here. So let's be respectful of everybody's time. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Aleta, for this great speech and great reminder. Now, we are going to move to the next speaker. That speaker is me, David Ralesh. I'm coming with 20 years of experience in the IT world, and I'm going to share a quick thought about security and getting the job done. Mr. Timer, you can start the time. Maybe not. Hold on. All right, balancing security and getting the work done. Fellow Toastmaster and soon to be Toastmaster, Kim, I'd like to talk about something that may sound technical, but it's really about how we work together as an organization. This upcoming Friday, for me, it's a deadline to finish an important project, artificial intelligence deployment. However, to complete that work, I need access. I need access back to one of the company's secure systems. Without this access, the project cannot move forward on time. This is not because the work is not ready. It's because I don't have access anymore to the key to open the door. Every day we wait increases the risk of missing our deadline. This brings me to a larger concerns. A few weeks ago, we have added more rules and more approval steps without planification. Usually with good intention. We all want more security. But sometimes in trying to protect ourselves, we also make it much harder for people to get the job done. Imagine a skilled carpenter, but locking up all the tools. The carpenter is still talented, but without access to the tools, the work stops. That's what many projects are experiencing today, delays. When I think about our past biggest successes, they happen because people were trusted. Teams had responsibility to make decisions solve problems, and move quickly. They did not have to wait for every small approval before taking the next step. That trust created ownership, creativity, and pride in the work. Today, I worry deeply that we are slowly losing some of that spirit. Instead of asking, how can we solve this problem? We are now asking, who can give me permission? That shift costs us time and slows innovation. I'm not suggesting that we remove security. Security is important. It always will be, especially in those cybersecurity challenges that we face almost every day. But there is a difference between being secure and being difficult. I believe we need better check and balances between leadership, security, and the teams doing the work. Regular discussion about these challenges will help us to find the right balance. Protecting the company while also allowing people to do their job efficiently. So, good security should support the business, not intentionally stand in the way. So I'd like to use that old saying, do not cut off your nose to spite your face. In other words, it means don't hurt yourself while trying to solve another problem. I believe that's the risk we are facing today. My request is simple. Please give us some access back. So we can complete that project before Friday's deadline. But more importantly, let's work together to build a system that protects our company while still allowing our talented people to succeed. Mr. Toastmaster, back to you. So now I change my mask. So we have completed those two speeches, and I'm going to hand over that section of feedback to our general evaluator, who happens to be Randolph Bernstein.
Yes, thank you, Toastmaster David Rilesh. And now we are going to go into a part of our meeting which some like to say is the most important part of the meeting, evaluations. And evaluations are to help us see what we did, know what we did good, and also give us a little feedback on where we can be better. Because just being a part of this meeting, there's nothing bad about it. So you can't tell us where we were bad at. You can only let us know where we could be better. So yes, going into our evaluations, we are going to have, before we go into that, we're going to have our timing requirements, that will be given by our Toastmaster George Alvarado, timing requirement for evaluations.
Evaluations are as follows. At the 2 minute mark, I'll show the green, 2.5 yellow, and 3 will be red with 30-second deviation.
All righty, thank you. And because we are superstars and we did fill some last minute roles, I know that Toastmaster Pam Scrimcher is evaluation, and I believe Toastmaster Marie Rock did sign up as well. So we're going to go in order of, and I'm sorry, Toastmaster Pam, did you evaluate the first speaker? I just want to make sure I call on the right
Yes.
one. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So
And
first
we
up,
also need the timing from the speeches so we get to vote.
yes, we need the vote from the speeches and the timing. The timing, I believe I saw green Can you give us the timing, far as the speeches? What was the timing?
Absolutely. Alita had 7 minutes, 20 seconds. David Ralesh, 4 minutes and 38 seconds. Therefore, everyone all qualify.
Well done.
Thank you. And now going into evaluations, evaluating our Toastmaster Alita Richmond will be Toastmaster Pam Scrimcher.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. RESPECT, find out what that means to me. Respect. Yes, you know, we always want to be respected, and we want to know that people know that we're worth it. And one of the ways they do is they can not waste our time. Isn't it all about me, I get to do it? No, sometimes you have to pay attention to the other person and not waste their time. And that's, I think, one of the major reasons that we have timing here at Toastmasters. Now, as a person who perhaps sometimes rarely has gone over her time, I apologize. Although we don't actually apologize in Toastmasters either, but I do apologize for wasting your time some. I should have timed my stuff ahead of time. Yes. And we were talking about this in 1949. Well, that was the year I was born. I still haven't quite got it, but I'm coming to the meeting next week, so maybe I will by then. To me, that actually almost was the most important thing that Toastmaster Richmond said. We've been doing this for a long time, folks, whether we have been doing it personally or as a club, and it's still meaningful, and we still need to practice, and we still need to learn. So I really appreciate your bringing that up, how important it is, and that it's not a new thing. Not a new thing. Now, I did catch one thing that is new. It said, let's see, what his duties are. You know, in 1949, women couldn't be Toastmasters, but now we can. And our club was one of the first, we claim we were the first, I don't know if the records show it, to have women members. Virginia Hedinger. Timing. It's really important. And you brought up all the different parts, but specifically how to do it in table topics. Because I think if we're doing a keynote speech and they say you have 20 minutes, we probably would time it. It's those little off the cuff. I was just at a meeting where we were going to tell a little about ourselves. The word was little. I know a woman, she was sitting to my right. She does not know the definition of little. She doesn't know the definition of short. She doesn't know the definition of about 30 seconds. And you just wanted to go. So one of the things we have here at Toastmasters is we also learned how to say, well, thank you for sharing. We appreciate it. Let's move on to the next thing, because that's an important ability to do. I also like you mentioned different clubs do things different ways, and yet it all comes out the same. We traditionally have in table topics thrown the topic out, have everybody quake in their boots, and somebody chooses it. Some other clubs, you said they get to pick their own topics. Some clubs do it where they name the person in the topic, but it's all a chance for us to speak and know how long. And this is really important. And so I appreciate that you bring it up. You might want to bring it up again and again for like some of us who do tend to run over time. Any suggestions you have, Pam? Yes, I do. We've told you this before. You need to look at the video. Your ring light are reflecting, and it's distracting. If it were consistent, but because you're like me and you move, and we have glasses that move, it's distracting. And we always go to the light. But that's the only thing. Thank you for sharing with us, and I'll quit before my time is up. Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you. Yes, done in excellent fashion. And next up, evaluating David Ralesh, Toastmaster David Ralesh, is going to be Toastmaster Marie Rock.
Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and especially our very diplomatic David Ralesh. As you were relaying this speech of cause and effect, my blood was boiling. I was ready to just say, take this away if you want the project or not. But no. And you're just beautifully eloquent way, you gave us these lovely metaphors. Like a carpenter who is asked to do a job and doesn't have the tools. And the passion that you have, you are absolutely steadfast in making sure that you get this done in a timely manner, because obviously it's very important to your company. Furthermore, it's important to your company morale to have conversation about processes and security, and when does security actually put you in handcuffs and keep you from doing your job. So you are so eloquent and so smooth about this and so convincing that I think that you will be able to convince these decision makers that they need to go ahead and allow some discussion about how to move forward as a company, because it's all over the news. It's everywhere how certain countries are disrupting security. There's just security issues everywhere. But at the same time, we can't be paralyzed by a lack of, by having too much security. So David, you spoke eloquently and you made your case, cause and effect. I vote they allow you to give get the information you need so you can do your job like a carpenter with his tools. Mr. General Evaluator.
Yes, that was a very, very on point evaluation. Thank you. And far as the timing, Toastmaster George Alvarado, how did we do?
Pam, 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Marie Rock, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Both qualify.
Thank you. And let's please get our votes over to Toastmaster Christina Kurth. And next up is going to be, I am going to call on our grammarian, Toastmaster Marie Rock, for our good grammars report.
Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, we had some lively language today. Becky Jo Bean just fell out of love right off the Alps. And there are gas stations and mattress firms on every corner in the United States. Let's see, David Ralesh. France is the best country in the world. Then there is the other side. Jose, Spain is a diverse country that fits inside of Texas. I just pictured just Spain just right inside of Texas. Constitutional monarchy, 17 autonomous regions, different cuisines. Kim, the great shopping, weeping willows over the water. Alliteration, beautiful alliteration there. Christina, popular, the sandwich of the Mexico and Canada, sandwiching the United States, lovely. Let's see, Alita, handling the mechanics of the meeting. I haven't thought about mechanics of our meeting in a while. I like that term. Respecting the audience. It's scary to be called on. Don't scare our guests. Ooh, let's be respectful. David Ralesh, so many beautiful words. And also trust, ownership, creativity, and pride. You know, the triads. It was a good use of triads. And Pam, pay attention, not know the definition of short. So the Grammarian trophy goes to Toastmaster Kim for her alliteration. In case you have a pain in the neck, this is coming your way.
Thank you. And next up, we'll have our All Counters report given by Toastmaster Becky Jobin.
Evaluate our Toastmasters and guests. We had one The winner of the penny is David Rilesh. Congratulations, David.
Thank you. And yes, now to evaluate the entire meeting. I mean, what can you say? We are superstars. We started off with a beautiful poem, our invocation, and that was presented by Toastmaster Alita Richmond in the most beautiful theatric way that we appreciate from you. Thank you for that. And then we went on into our table topics where Gail West had us go on a trip around the world that we know, and we appreciate that. That was nice to hear about the different places that our fellow Toastmasters have been. And as far as our speeches, we had some quality speeches. We had, in both speeches was in reference to important issues that we all deal with in some form of fashion. Time is not just here in Toastmasters. However, learning how to be appropriate with time at this platform, it does allow us to go into other places and have an understanding of respecting time. And I know for me, that's huge. And I guess the only other thing while we're learning, what we have to be mindful of, I guess, give a little grace for people that's not learning, because I know myself, I get really annoyed when I'm on time and others are not. And yeah, so I guess we have to have a little grace there. And far as security, David, I understand. I wish we figure something out because we do need it. And I tell you, I have kids and I know I'm not right in saying this. I almost want to make all my kids' accounts grown-ups accounts, because the security features, in order for them to just use their little stuff, it is ridiculous. They have to see my ID and oh my gosh, we have to figure this out. But evaluations, yes, both were great. I know hopefully our speakers got some great feedback, and if you want to represent your speeches, you're always welcome to do that with adding the feedback. Toastmaster of the Day, uh, David Rilesh, you put on your Renaissance Man hat today. That was very good. You was the Toastmaster, and then you even introduced yourself. That's great fashion. So we appreciate that. Yes, and far as general conduct, what what can we improve? We we were I guess we were great. We had a few missing slots at the beginning of the before the meeting started. We filled them right up as we normally do, and that is we went through seamlessly. So I mean it's hard to say what to improve when you were steadfast on being such a great club. So, I appreciate that. And with my evaluators report, I'm going to return the meeting to our Toastmaster David Rilesh.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. So we are coming to the end of this meeting. I want to point something out. It's important. Now everything is recorded. My dad said France is the best country in the world. David Rilesh said United States is the best country in the world, just to be clear. But this is the end of the meeting, and I return the control back to the president, Mr. Randolph Bastine, again.
Yes, thank you all for a great meeting. And we had our business meeting already. Just before I transition the meeting, Toastmaster Kim, soon to be Toastmaster Kim, can you give us a little feedback on what you thought about the meeting today?
Mr. President, I thought the meeting was wonderful. And believe it or not, with my central time zone, I'm getting up an hour even earlier. And so this morning I'm like, wow, this is a lot to be up for, but here it is, not even 8 o'clock, and I am ready to take on the day. So I enjoy the diversity of the club. I enjoy seeing your smiling faces. My heart just feels really full, and I appreciate you accepting me and welcoming me. It's been wonderful. I can't even understand. I need to learn a little bit more about the Zoom and go to the Toastmasters International website to learn about the pathways and how to start. Because back in the 90s, when I was doing this, it was very different. And someone mentioned Virginia Hedinger. She was in the early bird Toastmasters when I was. So just images of her and herself and her self-esteem. And believe you me, she was a great counter. And we used to have a bell and fines for every We'd clink our glasses. So it's just a little bit different and a little bit smoother. That's all I have to say. I'm also nervous, so little grace.
Well, thank you, and we could not have told. I would think that, and I would think Toastmaster Pam Scrimsher will say, "Don't tell anyone that. Just go with the flow." Because yeah, we did not know that you was nervous. You're great. Anyone else before we do the transition? Would anyone else have anything else to say before we close the meeting and go into setting up for next week? Nothing? All right, so I'm going to turn the meeting over to Toastmaster Alita Richmond, and we have a full slate, I think, to fill.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Well, I haven't looked ahead. I think Pam.
I signed up to be a speaker, and I
speaker.
put it in the slot. I haven't filled anything else in.